Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. Oh my, we are at another Thursday. And generally, what I have been doing on Thursdays is what I call a To the Toes series. And that is to help me to get off my backside and work on the socks that I need to make for my family. My goal is to make at least 10 pair a year. Last year, I finished the 10th pair New Year's Day. My husband claimed it. There were others, but he wanted that pair. And that was fine. But yeah, that is my big thing. And I procrastinate a lot. And there's so many things that I want to make. There's so many gorgeous patterns, beautiful yarns. I don't want to sit and only make socks throughout the year. There's nothing wrong with socks. Socks are great. They're absolutely, but they're big projects. They're little bitty big projects. I'm just saying, if you've ever made a pair of socks, or one sock for that matter, you know it's a big project. So I really pushed forth this year to go, you know what? I am not going to procrastinate. I am not waiting until August, September, October to really put it in gear, which is why in the past, because I did procrastinate, by the time Christmas came around, I didn't want to do anything sock related. I didn't want to do anything foot related. And around the June, July time period, somewhere along that line, is when I got back into, okay, I can pick up the sock needles and make socks again, because I was just sick of them. Doing better this year, doing a lot better. Had sock challenge, made socks, did all sorts of other stuff. So we kind of need to take stock of where we are on the socks. Am I going to make it? Yeah, I'm going to make it. How close am I? Did I make too many of the wrong size and some people have choices and others don't have any choices at all? I think I might have. So we're going to look into that. All right. So do we want to see? Yeah, we want to see. We want to see all the socks. Let's see all the socks that I have made this year. And then try to figure out, do I have enough for everybody? I don't know. Now, do I need 10 necessary pair for the exact people that I'm going to be giving socks to? Yes and no, because if I have extra, I'll give some away for Christmas and birthdays. My family's, their birthdays are November, December, and January. So it's not like I gave one of them, like mine's in August. Ooh, you know, it's not like I gave one earlier in the year. They got 2 pairs of socks and nobody else did. So it's not anything like that. I'll know by the end of the year if I have enough. So here we go. This is my sock bin. It's filling up. That's not all of them, but it's filling up. Now, I did not make all of these this year. Some of these were leftovers from previous years because the kids get to pick out a pair of socks. It does not mean that they didn't love them. And I know I've got some more down there in that bin. I know I do, because I don't see that orange lace pair that just has not gone. That is just not gone. I get it. It's orange. I am the orange fan. Mama is making the socks. So they get a lot of orange socks. They get a lot of crazy colored socks. They get a lot of vibrant socks. And sometimes they get neutrals and plain. Last year's big thing that I was doing, this is a last year sock. Last year's big thing is I was doing the contrasting toe, cuff, and heels. And this is heritage print. And the orange is opal. Where's my orange opal? I knew I had an orange opal. I knew it. That's what this is. Where's the rest of that skein? I don't know right offhand. I would like to find that. Love the opal sock yarns. Cascade heritage print works up really nicely too. So that was my big thing that I did last year, was doing a lot of the color work, or, not color work, but just doing the toe, cuff, and heels, which meant I had on top of it a lot of ends to weave in at the end of the year. Now, this is a pair that we found in my vintage, my Tuesday series. I know, it's so fun. In the vintage, and this was on 9-inch circular needles. And when I find those, I've got more circular needles. I know when I find those, I'm going to do a giveaway for those. Different people, pop them in an envelope. There you go. I'm not going to use them anymore. I think it's a fantastic idea. I completely love the concept of them. I would love to be able to use them. They cramp my hands. That's okay. I will use what doesn't cramp my hands and pass them along. And if they cramp your hands, you can pass them along to somebody else, because you know what? People like them. They work well. And if it doesn't hurt, go for it. So anyway, that's a later on when I relocate them. I don't know where they're at right now. I think I might know where Set is. I'll have to pull those out and everything, and I will do a giveaway on those. There's no sense in me keeping those. Let somebody else try them. So this right here was a 50-gram skein of yarn. And I did have one sock done all the way to the toe. That's what I discovered. And then I had the rest of the sock yarn. I weighed the sock yarn. You can see that? It was not a full 50-gram skein, because these two together don't weigh quite 50 grams. That's another thing. When you get your yarns, just because it says 100 grams doesn't mean it's exactly 100 grams. There's a tolerance, the same with 50 grams, etc. This one was just a little bit under. If it was exactly 50, I would have had enough to finish off each one. That's a contrasting, that's opal too. Love my opal sock yarn. And yeah, so that's a 50-gram ball. My daughter claimed these. She loves this color. It's the first one that she saw that would fit her that she claimed. She's not going to get these. She can. She's not going to pick these. But that's one that was done. I did this. Isn't that fun? I believe, is this one of the KNC? No, it's not. This is, I don't remember what this yarn is. Maybe you can tell me down below what yarn this one was. I don't remember offhand. It's like right up here. Did I get this one? Is it a KFI brand? Was that one of the KFIs that I got from my mystery bags from Aberdeen Wool? I'm not positive, but it's a good sock yarn. This one is the Fairy Maiden socks, and it looks like little owls right there. I didn't notice that when I first started making them, but it does, and I think it's really cute. Got that. And this one I made with just one straight through, had great coloring, obviously a perfect match, just stunning. Different, didn't do anything different with the heels and the toes or anything like that. So that meant 2 ends to weave in per sock. Winner. And looks like I actually wove them in. Did I? Oh, better yet, because not all of them have their ends woven in. And then the rest of the ones that are in here are from last year. I think I might have shown those before. I don't know. So we want to show some of the other things for this year, how we're doing. So there's 2. I don't know, boy, girl, don't know, don't care, right? I mean, they can pick whatever they want. And then I've got on my little, I just loaded it back up on my tree here. On my little sock tree, I got 3 more pair. This is another, I did a lot with the vintage socks that I found. This one was the Pomontimus by Cookie A, and I started this pair 19 years ago and finished it this year. So it was another one that was just shoved in a box, bin, bag. Look at that pattern. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And it's done. So that's the thing is, do I keep this one? I mean, it's going to go in there and it'll count towards my 10, but it could be mine. I mean, I get a pair of socks if I want them too, right? I'm like the cobbler with no shoes. I make the socks and I give them away. I don't generally keep them and wear them myself. They just get handed out. And then this beautiful blue, this is that opal again, that I did the edging because my daughter commented that that's her favorite color. So that's the same thing right here that I did the whole Fairy Maiden with. And you can see, you turn it the right way, it does look like little owls. I thought that was cool. And then this one's for my oldest son, and he gets specific socks because he has size 13 feet. And with size 13 feet, he's the only one in the family with that large of feet. So his are made specifically for him. This right here, the stripes, is Darn Good Yarns. It was one of their Sock of the Month clubs, and it gave 2 30-gram balls per the box. And the price that was listed as a manufacturer's suggested retail price at that point was $30. Holy cow, that is a lot of money for 60 grams of sock yarn. That is a lot of money. I did my own black right here and added those to where the sock was enough. I did like the yarn. The Darn Good Yarns, beautiful. Worked up nice, made a beautiful matching pair. Stunning. Don't have any complaints against it, but boy, if I would have paid $30, because I don't know if anyone ever really did. You know how they have suggested retail prices, but then things go on sale. But if I would have paid $30 for that, I would not have been happy. Not at all. The yarn, though, was great. So that's a specific pair for him. And yeah, there's that. So we saw hubby got his. They were anniversary socks. I've not done that before, so this is my first time doing anniversary socks. No, it's not a tradition. No, it's not. So he got his anniversary socks, and this is Blood of My Enemies. The colorway is by Blackbird Sycamore. Got that when we went to the Estes Wool Festival. And I think, in my opinion, really came home and cast on and started working with a lot of the yarn I bought at the festival. this was one of the results, and I love this. And I also have an advent calendar from Stephanie from Blackbird Sycamore that I will be opening in December, and I will not do any peaks. I don't have it in my hands yet. I don't even think they're dyed yet. But what I'm saying is there won't be any sneak peeks when I do get it. So I made this one for him. And then Erin from Crafting Kitty opened up the yarn that she got from Blackbird Sycamore, and she got sparkle yarn. So I had to go in and order the Blood of My Enemies in sparkle base. So this is the sparkle. It's the same color, but it has a sparkle. And I made his and hers toe socks. So what I was thinking, these are actually the same size. Because he wears his socks a lot more than I do, I wanted them for when we travel. And the last time we traveled, I wore a pair of his, because depending on the climate that you go to, and I think they changed it to where you don't have to take your shoes off anymore. I do believe they changed that, but you had to take your shoes off. So having sandals on and taking your shoes off in the airport, gross. Walking around barefoot, no, having the socks. So last time we flew somewhere, we both wore a pair of his toe socks. So this is the his and hers travel toe socks. So I was commenting, this was his anniversary pair, and I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna see if I can do this. I'm gonna wrap it. This is gonna be his Christmas pair. You guys told me I can't do that, but he'll wear sparkle. He doesn't care. And I mean, Blood of My Enemies and then Blood of My Enemies Christmas version. I mean, come on, I got this going on, right? So I'm gonna see if I can like get that one by him, but we'll see. So that's another pair finished. Holy cow. And then for the sock challenge, the 8-day sock challenge, just coming off of that, these ends are still not woven in. I don't wanna. 2 pair. Look at that. And to add to the excitement and the difficulty level, right? Color work. Color work. Oh my gosh. So that's amazing. That was my first time doing color work on the socks. And I had a comment. Oh, you don't believe that I actually did 2 pair? Yes, I did. There, see, got toes and everything, did 2 pair. So there was a comment, and I was doing a live and it's like, well, you've done a lot of color work. Why do you keep putting forth and making that comment like it's a big deal that these are color work socks? Well, if you make something and you've got color work like that and you've got the floats and you pull your float too tight, you can't get your foot in the sock. So you have a beautiful sock that will not fit a human body or not the human that you wanted it to. So you have a great decoration. And one of the pink ones, I didn't try on both of them. I should, but I don't know. I wear a size 9. The girls are size 7 and 8, so not an issue. But there is one of the lines, and you can feel it when you try to put it on, that's tighter. You can feel the whole line all the way around the sock. My feet are bigger than theirs. I was able to get my foot in just to notice, you know, obviously notice that it was a difference, but it's my first time. So I'm pretty proud, right? I'm really proud. You have to do things, and that's how you learn. You get better. So that's really why. And that's why I was very reluctant to do a colorwork pair of socks. Definitely not all over. That was pretty big. You know, the whole concept, the whole idea that I was going to do at the very beginning was maybe about that much of a row of color work, like little diamonds across the top. Somebody had suggested that in the comments, and I loved it. And then I ended up with this. I don't know how I ended up with this, thinking just a little row of diamonds, but this is what I got. So proud of just stepping out, proud of, you know, going on those branches, taking a leap. I don't know what the words, I don't know, but you know what I'm getting at. Really proud that I did something outside of my comfort zone that I wanted to do, and it works. For that matter, you know, I haven't tried on either one of these. I don't think I have. I'm hoping that they work. These, the girls get to pick. Well, they all get to pick. As long as it fits them, it's fine. But this one I have designated for my daughter-in-law that's pregnant because of the singing qualities, the bright, beautiful, bold colors. This just screams her. This absolutely screams her. I think as we call her, Rachel, my neutral girl, like I think she's going to claim this pair. So far, she's claimed, I think, 3 of the pair. She claimed this one when she first saw it. She claimed I think she claimed the blue ones, right? Because that's the Perry one. She loves that blue. And when she saw these, she just loves the flowers. So, you know, that's what the kids do. as I make them, they claim some, because it's fine. It's not a secret. They know they're getting a pair of socks. They just don't know which ones. But they'll claim some throughout the year. That doesn't mean they're not going to change their mind, because as I make different ones, I mean, I could say, well, sorry, you get these, you claimed them first, but I have all sorts of other stuff. I doubt she's going to choose these. She can, but I doubt it. So I've got, I don't know, I got a bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sitting right here that are new, that are definitely slated for the bin. This one, maybe not, because I can convince him. But we already have 7 that are completely done. And I do have others in the works, which is exciting. So we haven't seen this one a little bit. Look at this. Opal sock yarn. I finished it. I did. You thought I was coming off of the 8-day sock challenge and no on socks. Well, I thought about that too. I'm not going to lie. I definitely did. But I finished this one. So I can't rest on my laurels. I really do need to grab those needles again and cast on the next one, which it's not. See, I don't have it cast on. I really do need to do that. There's my needles right there. I got needles right there. Yep, there's 3 of them. Oh, there's 4 of them. Yep, there's my 4 needles. So I have the needles ready. I haven't cast on yet. I need to do that because second sock syndrome is a thing. And doing this many so quickly back to back, it's really a danger point to move on to other things. Because that's a lot. And it's July. And that's exciting. So it's like, ooh, I could move on. It's okay. And then, forget all about it. So I really do need to do this one. And this one's for the oldest son. It is big enough to fit him. And he's the one that has the stripy pair. So a size 13. His birthday's in January, so it's easy to give him a pair for Christmas and birthday. Yeah, so I do have a little bit extra time to get a second pair. So he's the one that loves them the absolute most, and I'm more apt to, of any of them that gets 2 pair of socks, it's him. So there you go. I have worked on those. So I have 1 in progress. My circuit socks here, gorgeous, just stunning, have not seen any more love. They are at the same point. I have all my needles stuck in it. That's it. I have to sit down with this one and pay attention to. My sun socks, that's plain stockinette. That was the yarn that does the patterning, the yarn that does the work. Opal yarn is fabulous. Absolutely love it. So, so here's this one. Needs to get done because I'm at the heel for both socks. Come on now. Knitting wise, I'm about a full sock into it. Maybe a little more depending on how long I do on the footbed. But I'm like close to a full sock in. I've only got 1 sock to do it. It's on 2 separate pieces, but only 1 sock's worth of knitting, and I'll have another gorgeous pair. Have to figure out who these may go to, so then I know what size foot to make on this one. What I did notice is I do need to make a smaller pair of socks. I've got 2 outliers. My oldest son is an outlier, and my daughter-in-law with the 4 kids is the outlier. She's got the smallest feet. Oldest son has the largest. So hers are generally specifically made for her. And looking at all of these, I don't think I have any that are specifically for her, size-wise. Like, uh-oh. So I do need to do that. That's right there at that level. I could turn those beautiful mosaic. She got the last mosaic pair. I did make her a mosaic pair earlier in the year before she had Noah, and gave those to her, which is why I don't have 10 pairs sitting in my bin already, because I've given away socks. I have given them away already. They're supposed to get the 10 first and then give them away. So that's an option. I can turn those into something for her without having to start a whole new pair. There you have it. So that's 2 pairs that I've got in the works right now. And the other one, this is the other yarn that I'm working with from Blackbird Sycamore Yarns. And this is the Black Fire Opal. I am doing this on size 0s. I started it on size 1s, did the cuff on 1s, and then dropped down to 0s and added some stitches because I wanted those speckles to move. They were stacking and doing more, but there's a spiral too, but it was doing more of a spiral, and I wanted it, where'd the little bear go? Where's my little bear? I wanted it more like we've got here, and just on this little teddy bear, oh my gosh, and more random. So I added those stitches to kind of change my stitch count and then drop down that size. And they're not spiraling like it was. It was doing a very beautiful spiral, which I would have normally coveted. but I made the bear first. And I fell in love with the way that lined up, and that's what I wanted. So that's why I did that. These are size zeros. Sharp people might notice I am back on my double points. I commented, I was using the size 0 flexi flips, my first time using them, and I was right there. I was about right there with the flexi flips. And my whole thing was I was going to give them more of a shot. I think that they can work, and I think that they have some positives and potentials. I haven't given them enough time. So I went to grab them, and it was on the 2 needles, but I don't know where the 3rd needle is. I don't know. I cleared off the things on top of my desk, which is right underneath the camera. I cleared all that stuff off, looked through there. I don't know where that 3rd needle is, but I had already purchased these size zeros. Figured I'm not going to just let it linger because I'm looking for the other needle. There you have it, put it on double points and got it going. So pretty sure if I finish these 3 pairs of socks, I'm good for the year. Does that mean I won't do any more socks? Not necessarily. If I can get some done and ahead, that just means that I can give birthday and Christmas and feel comfortable about it. I like to do that. I grouse because there's so many things I want to make, but it's not, I hate making socks. This is such slavery. I don't want to do this. I love my family. And this is their favorite gift. This is the highlight of our Christmas. So when I grouse about it, it's a good-natured kind of a thing. It's not, I'm not upset. I'm not really upset about it. It's more of a, there's so many things I want to make. There's so many colors I want to play with. There's so many, we know this. I mean, look at all this stuff around me. I'm surrounded by color. Of course I want to play with it in different textures and different qualities. I want to play with all of it. So that's more along the lines. But I would, I wouldn't have it any other way. My family loves them. This is, like I said, it's the favorite gift that they get. By far, and it has been the favorite gift for years, and I'm very blessed with that. As I read the comments, and there are some people that they don't have anyone around that appreciates what they've done, and I get that. Not everybody does, and that can be heartbreaking. It really can. So find somebody who does. They don't have to be blood related. If you're giving to a charity because your family just doesn't get it or they don't like it, there's nothing wrong with that. You pass it out to the people who like them. Like last year, I made so many hats when it started to get colder. We'll see if I do that again this year. I don't know. But I made a bunch of them. And I took into my office like 50 of them, something. I did. It was a full bag of hats. And I gave them to people who wanted them. And I can tell you, not everybody that I work with and I offered took a hat. They didn't want it. They just didn't. And that's okay. Because I asked him, you're welcome to take one. I made them. It is my Christmas present to you. But if it's not something you like, it's not something you'll use, don't feel obligated. Let's give it to somebody who does like it. Because that's the last thing that I want is somebody to take a hat and go, okay, and whatever, right? You want somebody to enjoy it. So yeah, we do that. That's why we make our stuff. And that's why I still do the socks. And I make more, I'll end up giving away more. Like this year I gave away some already. And my mother-in-law is going to be here by the time you're watching this, because I filmed the night before. By the time we're watching this, she's going to be here in a few hours. Her flight lands like before the afternoon, late morning, early afternoon. That's when our flight lands. We're really, really excited. And she always gets a pair of socks. She normally gets them after Christmas because, hey, you have to be here to pick them out. Yep. And right now she doesn't have Christmas plans to come visit us, but I always jangle the socks as a thing. Like, do you want your Christmas socks? You got to come and pick them out. No, you don't get them early. No. Right? No, I'm not mailing them to you. Nope, you have to be here. So we do play games like that. We definitely do. We do that banter back and forth. And I am blessed to have a mother-in-law that I enjoy having with us, that I enjoy visiting, and I encourage her. Like her last visit, oh my gosh, it was so funny. She stayed for a week, and we're like, you can stay longer. It's okay. Come on, we got her for 2 weeks this time. It's like, you can stay longer. And then before she left, I kept going, come on, okay, make your flights, make your arrangements. So she did make her arrangements. She's going to be here before she left for her last trip, which I think is wonderful because it's so easy. We all get caught up in our lives. And then before you know it, it's been how long since I've seen you last? And I mean, no, none of us are guaranteed tomorrow. And it's nice to really make sure that our friends are our friends and our family is definitely close and they are our family. And we really enjoy those types of things. So we'll see how the videos go for the next couple weeks, because I'm going to be a little bit more busy. But that's okay. I'll still be here. We know it. I'll still be here. And we'll see how much I do on all the other stuff. And if you did not see yesterday's video, oh my gosh, I got an early birthday present. My mother-in-law will be here for my birthday too. It's cool. But I got an early birthday present. You want to see that. And I'm telling you, it is occupying my mind. So if you haven't seen it, go see it. Give me your opinions. I do have some questions and I would love some help, but I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it. So it's like, oh my gosh. Anyway, that's where I'm at on my socks. Number wise, I'm good. Number wise, I finished what I have on the needles. I'm good, but I need to make some smaller socks. I do. I might just, because this is the closest one, I might just turn these into her socks. I might do that. Her or her husband. I mean, she's got some mosaic socks and everything. My middle son is very, very out there with colors. He loves stuff like that. So he might like those too. I don't know. This is what I was planning on for him. These are his socks. I think are amazing. I think I'll just turn those into smaller feet wise. So they're her socks. And then I can relax on the socks and just go nuts with all the other things. Oh my gosh, so much fun. Do you know how much stress that reduces? Wow, I could literally have the at least minimum amount of socks done in August. Wow, that would be a breath of fresh air. Oh my gosh. With that, on that high note, ooh, that's a high note. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.